Be blessed, my dear brother, my dear sister. You're welcome to today's Kiri Eleison Gospel. Today, looking at Matthew chapter 26, 14 to 25. Modern day Judas Iscariot. Often I say this. It doesn't matter how close you are to Jesus. Doesn't matter how often you go to church. Doesn't matter how you give. Doesn't matter how you exercise your gifts to pray in tongues. If you are not truly repented to have given yourself totally to Jesus Christ, salvation is always difficult. Beloved, I say this with Judas Iscariot, who was so close to Jesus. He even had a position to take care of the coffers of the disciples. He even saw the miracles. He saw the healings. He even witnessed Jesus preaching and heard him. He even dished from the same bowl with Jesus, and yet could not accept him to have given himself totally to him. And then he was led by Satan to betray Jesus. His betrayal we often criticize and talk much about, but we forget that when you point a finger to somebody, the rest point back to us, because we are not so doing better either. We also continue to portray Jesus in so many ways today. Beloved, as family members, we don't play our family roles. As Christians, we are betraying Jesus. We are supposed to work hard in various places that we work, and yet we're lazy about. As Christians, we betray Jesus. We are in positions, and then we are expected to use our position to transform the lives of others. But rather, we are transforming our own lives, profiting, instead of seeking for the common good of all people. But rather, we seek our own common good. We are betraying Jesus. Oftentimes, we come to the crossroad where things become so difficult and challenging, and we choose to leave Jesus behind to do it otherwise. We betray Jesus. So for me, beloved, it's not only Judas that must be criticized. It's not Judas who betrays Jesus. We also, in the modern times, continue to betray Jesus because, beloved, so many churches are springing up, and yet we've thrown righteousness into the gutter. Morality is nowhere today in our world. We are seeking things which are not righteous, and yet many churches continue to come up. And so, beloved, it's a time for us to reflect and to look at these and the ways we are betraying him. For us, we are lucky that Jesus says that we can still come back to him and then seek reconciliation. Judas could not forgive himself to go back to him. But, beloved, since we have opportunity, we shouldn't also be abused the opportunity. Let's do our best to seek reconciliation and not to betray Jesus.